Would you like some escargot with your roti prata? No? I didn't think so. But one fine dining restaurant in Singapore claims that they know exactly how to create Indian-French fusion that works. French-Indian cuisine? Now it may sound like a risky combo, but Krish Restaurant, who's owned by a Singaporean-born entrepreneur, Nikhil Krishnan, opened its doors to adventurous foodies in November last year. And in this clip, we find out how they strike the perfect balance between these two cuisines.
Basically, I don't like the word fusion as such because, I mean, it's often put together with confusion because you kind of get like too much of this, too much of that, and whatever else. I mean, we can't. It's really hard to define what we do because it's something completely different.
No longer fusion, this type of cuisine is now called modern, a term commonly used now in many restaurants and hotels to describe their innovative dishes. And only the most daring of chefs was up to the challenge to create a menu for Krish. Nikhil personally headhunted the right person for the job, and that person was American chef Matthew Baker, who was trained in traditional French cuisine and started working in restaurants since he was 16 years old.
So this is where the magic happens, yeah?
This is where it all happens, yep.
Okay, with all your experience, you mentioned that this is the first time that you're doing this type of cuisine. So how do you strike the balance between, the two?
It's difficult, but it's also fun. You get to play around a lot. Pretty much, I get to use Indian spices or South Asian spices and ingredients and kind of use them in my way of cooking and my style of cooking.
Okay, what's the beauty of playing around with Indian spices?
Well, there's no wrong. I mean, you can do whatever you want. It's kind of back to the way I grew up. It's all about flavor, all about big, powerful flavors, and we try to maybe lean it down a little bit so it's not so heavy like traditional Indian food.
Nikhil may have found the perfect man to create his dishes, but even he admits that setting up a fine dining restaurant like this was a business risk.
It's a tough place to actually open a restaurant. I mean, as you'll know, there's so many restaurants that open and close constantly. Singaporeans just
especially fusion kind of restaurants.
Exactly. And Singaporeans generally they're much more in tune with the hawker aspect of Singapore. So I think once the casinos and stuff open up, then I think they'll start to migrate towards this type of food as well. So I think it's a slow process. I don't think it's there just yet. I think given a bit of time, I think Singaporeans will come around to it as well. I think they already are.
But what's going to make this fusion restaurant stick around?
We've got absolutely stunning food. You should try our food.
And we'll be doing just that in the next clip.